Hello and welcome to my One Piece Bounty Rush video, Runners Part 2. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the top runners in this game, and followed by gameplay with my personal favorite characters. Also, today the season ended, and as you can see, we all have been demoted one league. That is, I was SS, so we are S plus, and Stampede is right near. And today there is another 3-step red element featured scout that came out. But again, warning, Stampede is just around the corner this Wednesday, so you might wanna save your gems. So let's get started. Okay, so my personal favorite runner is the Flamingo Doki, and what can I say? This guy is one of the best runners in this game. So I mean, he is a match winner all by himself. Okay, now I'm going to show you his skills. That is, Black Knight is first skill. What it does is spawns a clone nearby that moves forward. The clone will have an area attack with a chance to stun, becomes temporarily invincible after use. Its skill attack is 41, max 9 consecutive hits. Stun activation probability is 100%. Stun effect time is 3 seconds. Cooldown is the shortest among all the characters in this game, 17 seconds. And when you mix it with the correct set of medals, it almost goes down to 14 to 15 seconds. Well, keeping that aside, what this basically skill does is it makes Dofi fly. Okay, Dofi flies up, creates a clone that stays in his place and attacks his enemies, and in the meantime, he flies a really long distance, like almost from one treasure distance to another. And its activation probability is so quick that and as you can see, the cooldown is the shortest. So this skill is so good, it's almost god level, I can say. Okay, so next is Below White. It's also a fair cooldown, 35 seconds. It's a long range area attack. Nullifies stagger for a set period of time. Acquires speed debuff effect at level 5. Step 1, skill attack is 146, max 5 consecutive hits, speed 10%, minus max 5 consecutive hits, effect time 20 seconds. What it does is it creates this long range of string like tentacles and hits your opponents like a whip. It's amazing. And the traits are character traits is when your HP is less than 1%, recover HP by 15%. I mean, he heals. When you are in enemy's treasure area and the treasure cost is 50% or more, boost capture speed by 50%. He is a perfect treasure thief, guys. He is a perfect treasure thief. He is amazing. Mixed with the correct medal set, he can take a treasure less than 10 seconds. Even lesser, actually. So when your allies are not near the treasure area, you are at increase the treasure gauge amount when you capture treasure. So when you're alone capturing the treasure, so the treasure gauge will be 50% more. When your strength is more than 50%, 1 HP will be left even if more damage is received. So what this means is you're unkillable for the first time, okay? Suppose an enemy one shots you, okay? You will still have 1 HP left, okay? Suppose you're half health down, okay? You're 50% health. One enemy hits you and like totally finishes you off, but the trait what will do it, you will not get knocked out, and instead you will have 1 HP left so that you can continue your treasure capturing and fighting. Well, it's ineffective if HP is exactly 1. So, and when using skill 1, boost speed by 10%. So every time you use skill 1, that is the shortest skill that has the shortest countdown among all the Opbr characters. So you'll get a speed buff. So basically your speed will increase, and for a runner he is the best, one of the best runners, okay? And best runners, best skill, and with that best and upon that there's a speed buff. Your speed will be boosted, so you can see how amazing he is. Okay, another runner is Ace. Okay, he came out very recently. This Ace, he powers are mirror flame. What it does is it creates a wall of fire around his target area, but there is a trick. You see, this guy's mirror flame will it's as you can see, it's a huge thing. So let me explain this in very short and precise way. Okay, this is the countdown, okay, before it throws the flame. If suppose you have activated his skill and nobody hits you, then the direction you're facing, he will throw that fire and create a firewall. But suppose you activated this skill and a person hits you, your opponent hits you, okay, what this Ace will do is he won't take that damage. Instead, he will defend himself by immediately creating that fire mirror flame right at the point where the opponent hits you and send the opponent flying backwards. This is a little bit tricky skill, but it's extremely useful. Suppose you're capturing a treasure, you can create a fence of fire, a wall of fire with that enemies cannot come through. So and plus he's a runner, so obviously his capturing speed will be more, running speed will be more. He's a good runner, he's great. That's what this everything is. You see, when counter succeeds, if the enemy attacks within a set period of time, sets a close range attack with a knockback effect that damages enemy with a chance to set them aflame temporarily. And when counter fails, if the enemy does not attack within a set period of time, sets a mid-range attack that damages enemy with a chance to set them aflame temporarily. It will be removed after a certain period of time, become temporarily invincible after use. As I said, you cannot hit him after he uses this character for like the amount of time. Its cooldown is 29 seconds, guys. It's really good. It's really good. Same with the great flame commandment. Basically, it's Entei. The Entei which Ace used against fighting Blackbeard. It's Entei. It creates a huge ball of fire and throws it towards your enemy, and this huge ball of fire will keep moving for a quite good amount of time. It will move as far as it can, and whenever it obstructs by an enemy or an object, it will blast. It will set the enemy aflame. It will knock back the enemy, and it will do damage. It's a really good attack. Followed by the character traits. So when receiving damage from the enemy, 15% chance to reduce damage received by 30%. So basically what is happening is, suppose your enemy is hitting you, there is a 15% chance that this trait will get activated, and if this trait gets activated, only then, mind that if this trait gets activated, you will receive 30% less damage than what you're supposed to. When receiving damage from an enemy, 5% chance to inflict a flame long. What does this mean? Okay, we all know that Ace is a Logia type devil fruit user. So basically hitting him is hitting fire. So that's why when you are hitting him, there is a 5% chance to get inflicted by a flame. Okay, same with all Logia type users, Aokiji, Akainu, all. Attacking Aokiji will has a 5% chance of getting you frozen. Akainu will also set you aflame and nullify aflame. Obviously, you cannot hit Ace with fire. That's basically, total crap. As you can see, this Ace is bruised. Okay, it's Marine 4 days. The Ace that was captured by the Marines and all. So trait 1 is when you capture the treasure, reduce the cooldown time of skill 2 by 30%. When using skill 2, boost speed by 10%, 15%, cannot stack. So when you're capturing a treasure, your skill 2 will be cooldown time will be reduced by 30%. That's really good. When enemies are inflicted with a flame, reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 20%. Okay, now as it says only a flame, so it can happen that your enemy gets aflamed when he's hitting you, or by some of your skills, whatever it is. And if you hit multiple enemies, then multiple 20% chances. So as you can see, he himself is self-sufficient to increase the cooldown rate. And when your strength is more than 70%, boost capture speed by 50%. So typical runner, great runner. When your strength is more than 100%, resist stagger effect. Okay, so I hope Ace and Doflamingos are clear. Okay, now unfortunately I don't have the other two great runners. I haven't been able to get a hand on them, but that won't stop me from explaining you guys how they are and what they will do. So let's go for Marco. Okay, so this is Marco's 3D image. His skills are really tricky. Okay, it can be hard, it can be extremely well how you use it. First, let me explain the skill 1. The skill 1 name is "You can't take our king this early in the game." And if you don't know this skill, Marco used for stopping Kizaru from attacking Whitebeard. Okay, so you can see he moves towards allies at long range and recover your allies' HP within the area. Okay, I'm going to explain this in a much simpler way. Suppose you are standing in Arlong Park. Okay. Have you? I don't know if you are accustomed with the themes, but there is an Arlong Park, or any theme actually. Marco has the ability to fly over the water and cross bridges and roads just by flying. He can fly from one point to another with nobody could stop him, and like it's an extremely long distance. It's an extremely long distance. Plus, as he's a phoenix, he heals himself. But that is the secondary use of this particular skill. This skill was made to help the captain of your team. That is what it says. So it's not just when you're fly. It basically flies most of the time towards your injured teammate. What it does, it flies to your injured teammate, heals him, you heal yourself, and he's basically a team player. Okay, so of course he can be used for solo fighting. He can fly solo over long distance, but there is this chance that he might go not the direction you intend to go sometimes, rather than going to an ally who needs your help. That's the thing. His cooldown is 42 seconds. That's really what can I say, a long time. And you can see there is this new thing called startup cooldown. So you see, when all your rest of the characters, when you start playing the game, are already cooled down. I mean, they are ready to use, but not this. At the starting of this game, when the game starts, you will see Marco's this ability will take 7 seconds to get, so that he can use it. Because you see, this guy can fly like literally throughout the entire arena, like from point A to D, just like that. So it's going to be cheating for other characters. So that's why they give the 7-second chance to all the rest of the players, all the rest 7 players, to catch up. This is a trait that only Marco and Kizaru have. Okay, and this is Phoenix Plus. This is a really good what can I say, a skill, because you see, this is a skill where Marco flies and attacks with his claws in a crisscross way. But the effect of this skill is it what can I say, it ignores defense. What that means is, suppose your character just got knocked back and he's getting up, so he has that shield around him. Marco's this attack is attacks from the back. Okay, he attacks from like all the 4 directions while he is in air. Okay, so it's very tough to stop this attack once it's activated. First thing. Next, even if you're in that circle, when you're knocked back, still Marco can deal damage to you because he attacks from the back. Okay, and that's about it. It's 20 seconds. As you can see, it's fairly low, not as low as Doki, but yeah, it's a mid-range area attack. It's an area attack. So suppose in a particular area two enemies are there, so if you use the skill, it will attack both the characters, both the opponents. So it's a mid-range area attack, nullifies stagger for a set period of time, acquires speed debuff effect at level 5. But these 2 things I really like about Marco is his skills are amazing. Okay, he can literally fly from one point to another. Nobody can stop him that way. But I like his traits even more, because when down, inflicts self with steady recovery. What this means is, you heal yourself automatically. After like 3 seconds, you heal a little. After 3 seconds, you heal a little. After 3 seconds, you automatically, because he's a phoenix, that's his character, so he's supposed to heal. So I love that part. Again, when hit with knockback, inflicts self with steady recovery. So you're already healing yourself. If you get a little bit damage, you'll continuously heal. So you have to basically avoid enemy attacks till you heal. Not just that, if you get knocked back, you will also have a steady heal. Okay. Trait 1 is when using skill 1, boost speed by 10%. Okay, Marco is a red crate runner. Again, he has a 10% boost. When your allies are near the treasure area where you are, boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 50%. That means if you are in the area, okay, I don't know what they are trying to say does it have to be your treasure or like any treasure? I don't know. But if I go to the words, then that means like if you have a partner with you while you're capturing a treasure or in your treasure, your skill 2 will be cooled down at a 50% rate. That means instantly, almost instantly. When your strength is more than 50%, 1 HP will be left even if more damage is received. Well, the same as Dofi. If your strength is more than 50% and you get inflicted by a one-shot attack, you'll still have 1 HP left. So, and unlike Dofi who doesn't heal, Marco actually heals if you due to his traits. So, suppose you get knocked back, okay, 50% to 1. Just run, bro. Just run, okay? Run till you heal, okay? Use the skill to fly away from your enemies at a long distance. Keep healing. You'll gain more HP and then go back to the game. Next is when a character from your team is KO'd. So suppose out of 4, maybe 1 character got KO'd. The cooldown of your skill 1 will be reduced by 10%. That's really good. That's almost as good as Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria heals when one of the teammates die. That's evil, but that's how zombie works. So he heals whenever your teammate gets KO'd. So basically he gets profited by your teammate's death. Whereas Marco's skill will be cooled down so that he can skill 1 so that he can fly over distance, help his teammates from getting KO'd more. He's a great commander. So when your strength is more than 97%, there is stagger effect. Okay, so there goes our sweet and dear Marco. Okay, let me check one thing. No, yeah. Okay, then we come down to our the Admiral Sir Kizaru Borsalino. Okay, this guy is a menacing character. Okay, he is a force you want to stay away from. He's very, as you can see, his structure is very lean. And yes, he attacks with his legs. He's just too proud to use his hands. So he attacks with his legs. And my friend, he is really annoying in the game because he's hard to hit. Okay, he's so thin. He's hard to hit, and when he hits, it's tough. Okay, we have his skills: Yasakani Sacred Jewel and Sacred Yata Mirror. Okay, I'm going to say something, guys. This skill is a mid-range area attack, multiple hits. Okay, nullifies stagger for a set period of time, acquires knockback effect level. What's important is this is a mid-range area attack, so he basically shoots random light bullets. Okay, and it's 28 seconds, So not a very, it won't take a really long time to get cooled down. Plus of course you have medals and traits, which I will discuss, but you know it's a great character. It's this, I really like this character. Okay. And Sacred Yatamir is the same as Marcos. What it does, it shoots a ray of light to the position you want and just teleports to the position. Well, the only thing that is, you can say, is lacking in the skill is if this light gets disturbed, or if this light comes in contact with an object in between the source and the destination, Kizaru will teleport to that object and hit him with a light charged kick. It is basically, people use it for teleporting to treasures, but it's also an offensive type of skill. You actually hit the target when your light gets obstructed, and not just a kick, that's a light speed kick. In real life that would be a kick enough to destroy an entire building, but here your opponent takes a good deal of damage. It's cool, and it has the same startup cooldown as I said. Otherwise it would be cheating for any other characters in the game, because Kizaru can just teleport, which other characters cannot, same as Marco. And to be funny, Kizaru came out early than Marco. Marco basically came out, I think, this year, January, whereas Kizaru has been from last year. Okay. Let's discuss the traits. So, when receiving damage from an enemy, 15% chance to reduce damage received by 30%. Same, nullify stun. Of course, he's Logia. There is no stunning him. When receiving damage from an enemy, 2% chance to dodge without taking damage or accompanying effect. Okay. This guy has the same, as I said, he's so lean. Okay, he's so lean. So whenever you're receiving damage, 2% chance to dodge without taking damage or the accompanying effect. Suppose Ace is firing you with his fire, you have a 2% chance of dodging him. He's so quick with his movements and so lean, it's hard to target him. That's the thing. And this is why, he has this 2% dodging chance, okay? And Katakuri has more. Katakuri is extremely good at dodging. Trait 1 is when you're in the area, increase damage dealt by 30%. That's typical runner. When you capture the treasure, reduce the cooldown of skill 2 by 30%. Skill 2 is Yatamira. Trait 2, when there are 50 seconds or less remaining, resist stagger effect. So let's suppose you're in the end game, and there is 15 seconds or less, no stopping Kizaru from stagger, okay? He resists this all. When your allies are not near the treasure, you are at increased damage by 20%. And when your strength is 97%, you also resist stagger effect. There's that for Kizaru. Okay guys, as I promised, here is the part 2 of runners. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was I have answered all the questions that you asked me, and if not, please comment down below. If you like this video, share and subscribe, and let's have fun. And I'll see you in the part 3, where I will show you 2 runners gameplay, Dofi and Ace. Thank you guys. Sayonara.